Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Bitcoin's looking pretty dang good. $281.59. Read the pink line again, man. Deceptive. Let's see if we can get some pumpage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday, guys. Smash the like button on your way in. Sound off in the chat. How is everyone doing on this lovely Sunday evening? What was I going to do? I was going to do something. I feel like I was going to do something. Maybe not. Hey, what's going on, guys? All right. Oh, yes, that's right. I was going to change the audio. So that way it comes out of my speakers just in case somebody does a super chat. Okay, got it. Okay. Bitcoin currently trading at 111,269 and 36 cents. Looking good. What's going on in that Pulse player? Chris Kirby. Happy Sunday, guys. So, we're struggling to get above 112, it seems. Or 111,999, which is the old all-time high. I'm not sure. I'm liking what I'm seeing here with this inverse head and shoulder potential. It's got a couple of Batman ears as well, which is promising. We got a W right here. We got a potential W right here doing the same thing. So I would love to see a solidified break above 112, maybe even 113. Volume falling off a little bit, but it is the weekend. We did get a bullish crossover our moving average on the RSI, and our momentum wave had a green dot on Market Cipher, which pushed the price to the upside. AI for the head said Sunday. Very nice. What else do we got? My retrace target 106 didn't quite play out. I think we went to 107.5. I don't know why that keeps popping up. My ad block is literally off. There's nothing I can do about that. I have no ad block on it. It still insists on popping up. So, what else do we got? What's interesting is on seasonals, which I still cannot get to open. Let me refresh. See if this makes any difference. Something's definitely up with my browser. Seasonals? There we go. Okay. So on seasonals, this specific date, September 6th, 7th, was always like the low. And we go up from here. Almost across the board. Look at that. That's quite interesting. So 2021 is the only year where we had a little downturn starting on the 18th. But everything else kind of started rising from this early September area. Kind of cool to see. So we'll see what comes of that. AI for the head said, I never know what YouTube account I'm on. I only have one. I mean, I guess that's not true. You have a YouTube account for every Gmail account you have. So, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Look at these. I like that these pop up. And then it tells me that I have ad blocker on. You just showed me like 4 ads. Anyways, Bitcoin's up 1.11%. Looking good. Dominance is dropping dramatically. It's at 58.47. Looking good. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Cheers, guys. looking good. Weekend liquidity, very similar to yesterday. A little bit thicker today. No, never mind. I spoke too soon. Let's see. We got 112, 125. Oops. 112, 125. Okay, let's make this the normal size and the normal color. And then above that, we got 112, 430. And then down below, we got 110.
NVIDIA took Apple's lunch. BTC to NVIDIA chart.
Okay, we'll check it out. 110, 216. 10, 216. Appreciate the super chat, bet one, the bet two. I'll check that out right away. And then very bottom, we got 109, 910. NVIDIA took Apple's lunch. You know, if Apple actually, like, I understand that they're getting into the chip game. It seems a little late to me. I've heard a lot of good things about the M2 chip or whatever it's on now, but I haven't really seen anyone give a crap. Apple's very closed system, and I think they've been that way because that's the way the Jobs wanted it. And it's benefited them to an extent, but okay, you want to look BTC NVIDIA? Can I do that? Oh, yes, I can. Okay. I mean, I'm seeing a big inverse head and shoulders on this too. This is on the daily. Left shoulder head, right shoulder forming. You know, we got to form that second half still, so technically this is a fantasy until that happens. But it's definitely there. Whew. I mean, I would hope that that's bottomed out. I was just watching a video. Apparently, mining is not nearly as profitable as it used to be, which is interesting to me. Look at the volume on this thing, though. What is that? I'm curious as to what this volume actually tracks. Because this is a custom chart. And I don't know, it just doesn't really, I can't comprehend it in my brain what the volume is tracking. But it's increasing, which is good. Maybe it's just tracking both Bitcoin and NVIDIA volume together. That would make sense, right? That pulse player said Bitcoin and ETH moving. Yes, they are. Solana's outperforming Ethereum, which I thought was very interesting. But yeah, this is, I like that trend. I'm liking the very obvious downtrend that we're seemingly busting out of. You could probably make a couple of them. You got that funky one. And then this could just be a channel, I'm sure. Which you're getting ready to hopefully banana curve out of. A little bit messy. No clue on the volume. Yeah, I'm assuming it's just measuring a combination of Bitcoin and NVIDIA volume. Like it was very dead for both of them here. You got a little spike right here. It could be more heavy on one or the other side, but it's weighing the value of Bitcoin compared to NVIDIA. Yeah, I don't know. That's just it's curious. Very curious thought. You got a lot of green dots, a lot of green lines at market cipher, indicating some upside. Look at how long it's been lingering in the lower half of this too. Look at that. Since May. NVIDIA's been pumping harder than Bitcoin. Interesting. But it does look like it's starting to change right now. Now it looked like that back here too. So we need to solidify. This time needs to be different. We need to get some sustained upside in order for Bitcoin to actually outperform NVIDIA. But as of right now, according to this chart, it has been more lucrative to hold NVIDIA than Bitcoin since 2021, since March of 2021, which is freaking crazy. Look at how big a difference that is. So yeah, definitely interesting. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, dang, if I would have put all my money in Bitcoin versus alts, obviously everybody should have done this, but I feel like I think I did the math. I might have twice as much than my like regular hold portfolio, but I think most of my holds have outperformed Bitcoin. But it was still definitely something to think about. Okay, 4-hour time frame. Here we go. Bitcoin looking good. 111,474 even. Let's see. Yeah, dominance still continuing to fall. ETH is up 1.28% on the day. We held 42.40 very nicely. We've been chopping sideways since August 28th, 29th. Even take it back further, honestly. We've been chopping sideways since we broke 41.65 in early August, August 9th. Like, there's a couple of anomaly pumps outside of this little zone, but for the most part, all the trading happened within here. You got a little downside, a little upside, even smaller upside. But like 90% of the moves happened within that little baby range. So we need to see some activity here. Lower time frame, probably got an inverse head and shoulder here. Looking good. That one that bet 2 said Alphabet and Amazon should hit 3 trillion soon. A lot of money. That is a lot of money. I do some crazy stuff for 1% of that. What is 1% of 3 trillion? What is 1% of 3 trillion? Oh my gosh. I think it's 300 million. Nope. It is 30 billion. Whoa. That's ridiculous. Okay, anyways. ETH looks great. We got green dots all around. Unconfirmed green dot on Market Cipher, but a confirmed green dot on our momentum wave, which I believe is showing bullish divergence because we got RSI decrease or increase over time versus price decrease. So yeah, we got bullish divergence. Unfortunately, that bullish divergence does signal further price downside, but a temporary upside where the RSI continues to the upside. Eventually that'll flip, I'm sure, but for now, you know, we'll take the short-term win. Sol is up 3.85% on the day. Also looks very similar to ETH, but holding up seemingly better. It's up 3.85 versus ETH's 1.39, which, in my opinion, kind of bodes well for alts versus ETH being the king or queen of altcoins. Sometimes ETH leads the pack and leaves alts behind, and then alts have to like patiently wait for permission. I think Sol leading the pack is kind of a little more bullish for altcoins versus ETH specifically. That's just my opinion, though. Sol looks really good. Got a nice bounce off of 200. Beautiful psychological number to build a foundation on. We got a bullish cross. So we got a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI. I attempted retest failure. And then we got a bounce off of 40. A break of our moving average. A retest, confirmation as support. Continuation of the upside, which is setting the price up. I don't know if it's one way or the other. I'm sure the price is going up, which has caused that move to happen, but that does prove that it's a little more bullish. And we got a green dot on our momentum wave, which was entering oversold. So that's also a little more bullish. I am currently in the middle of a trade, which is proving to be incredibly lucrative. I'm very excited about both of these trades. Total 3 is up 2.16% on the day, currently sitting at 1.06 trillion. David Betts said, happy Sunday, big dog. What's going on, David Betts? Appreciate you stopping by. Smash the like button. Dog. Total 3 up 2.17%, 1.06 trillion. What's interesting about Total 3 is it's been lingering in the middle versus the lower or higher portion. It has been like dead center, almost equidistant from top and bottom. It's actually a little bit on the higher side, which is nice. But I would love to see this try 1.07 again. Maybe even break it would be sick. We do have a attempt at a pattern here. Keep in mind, though, again, there's only 2 points of confluence on top and pretty much only 2 points of confluence on the bottom. So we'll see if either of those end up being relevant. As of right now, Price action looks good. I guess technically we could go to candle bodies there. And then your confluence kind of does almost play out. I do normally only do candle bodies because the wicks can vary from time frame to time frame. So can the candle bodies, I'm sure, but they're a little more solidified. A wick can be an anomaly based on liquidity event and low volume on exchange, all that stuff. So we got a bullish cross over the moving average on our RSI and a green dot on our momentum wave on market cipher. So number go up and hopefully break 1.07 trillion with conviction and send it. Ready for alts to just go crazy. This is a little bit morbid, a little bit messed up. There's so many people that are insisting that we are not going up. We've topped. There's not going to be an alt season. We are idiots because we didn't invest in the Solana meme coin summer or whatever. You know, we didn't cash out and all the money went to Solana meme coins. Whatever. I think those people are kind of silly. I think they're over emotional. I think they're getting shaken out. It's the time capitulation. And that's not funny. You know, I don't like people losing money. But if you're going to be a pompous a-hole, you know, you probably deserve to maybe be taught a lesson about humility, I think is the best way to put it. So I'm excited for hopefully a monstrous roaring upside from altcoins, just to prove to everybody that they're still here and they're still relevant. I think that would be really funny. ADA's up 2.85% on the day, currently trading at 84.15. Been very patiently lingering between 80 and 84.15, or 80 and 84. So we got a little window right here. Price action. Is it like a safety window? Kind of looks like it. We crash back down here before going down further and use it as like a little stopping point, rest stop before going higher. Now we're using it as another stopping point, rest stop, hopefully before going higher versus lower. But it's anyone's game right now, anyone's guess. We got kind of, I guess I could make like a Batman, inverse Batman pattern. But we'll see if we get a break above 85 is going to be a big deal because that was resistance for this wick. So we'll see if that becomes relevant or not. David Betts said, been selling and buying more Circle on the way down. Where are you on Circle and future price? That's where I think it's going to be wishy-washy. If they can capture market share or if everyone and their brother is going to come out with all these different other stablecoins or not. Wyoming has their own stablecoin that they're doing. Like the EU is talking about making their own stablecoin on Ethereum. Circle has to compete with Tether, and I think Athena, maybe? I think it's Athena, has their own stablecoin now that's becoming really popular. There's the Trump stablecoin, the PayPal stable. There's a million different stablecoins. I think that's the only thing. And it's not nearly as oversaturated as everything else, but what's nice about stablecoins is they are stable. It is basically like a high yield savings account for the company that runs the stablecoin. So it might be more lucrative for, you know, Joe Blow down the street to make his own stablecoin rather than using a pre-existing one, if they want to put the time, money, and effort into it. So it's really going to depend on how the market unfolds. What would have been really crazy is if any of these stablecoin companies had patented any of their techniques. Then, you know, I would be betting on whoever holds the best patents. But because it's kind of just free reign Wild West right now, I think it's anyone's game. I think Circle and Tether right now are obviously king and queen, both holding equal power amongst the stablecoin market. So if I was going to bet on any of them, it would probably be Circle, just because they're the more regulated. They're the more like darling in the U.S. government's eyes. Whereas I feel like Tether is just kind of like a parent, you know, somebody that they have no choice but to cooperate with. So that's my opinion. ADA, yeah, ADA looks good. We got to break out of this wedge, if the wedge is even relevant. I feel like it is still. But we got a lovely breakout, retest, confirmation, and support, higher low. Hopefully it's sending it now. SNEK is up 3.03% on the day. Struggling to get above 38, 39. I would love to see this sit back above 40. We got a couple of wicks to the downside for some liquidity grabs, it seems. Shaking out some paper hands. And it's looking good. looks strong. With these wicks to the downside, it looks like there's buying pressure, which is awesome. XRP is up 2.79%, breaking back into its lovely trendline triangle area. So let's see if we can get it back above here and hopefully break above the upper trend line and send it from there as well. That would also be equally as exciting. Ton of confluence on the bottom, not a ton on the top, but it's still there. I think there's 4 points of confluence on the top. So break above $3 would probably make me bullish. David Betts said, so you're saying I got a chance? For Jim Carrey. I'd say so, yeah. Not financial advice, of course. Guys, we got 10 people watching. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. HBAR is up 2.78% on the day. We are dancing right below 22, still having trouble getting above it. But we're still trying, which is good. We got 1, 2, 3 hits to the downside. Hopefully this is the one. I don't know how well the market likes 4 hits to the downside, or if that would just be an automatic break continuation down. But we don't want that necessarily. The RSI looks really good. You got a bullish cross over the moving average and a retest confirming as support. So I'm happy with that. And your momentum wave very much kind of stuck in the middle. So everything looks like it's been consolidating for a while, and hopefully we're about to get a blast to the upside. SWE is up 2.25% on the day. Still holding support at 325 very nicely. 342 is the next resistance. We got support, little break, dance around, support, midpoint, hopefully a break. We'll see what plays out. RSI looks very similar to HBAR, where you got that bullish cross over the moving average, and then it came down to retest and confirmed as support. So a break of 342 would be a big deal for SWE. So far, so good on the prophecy not fulfilling. Now, I will say, we talked about this yesterday, it's very possible that this moves up here, and that this, instead of being a straight line, ends up being more of an adoption curve, I could call it. A banana curve, a yield curve, whatever kind of curve you're into. So, we'll see what comes of that. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. What the heck is that? Got that linger sideways. I could see it. Yeah, I would like to see it break above, maybe reject at the midpoint, find support, and then September 15th maybe just blast off to the upside. That would be strictly based on this specific pattern, which has played out twice before, and it's kind of the pullback pattern of SWE. Ondo is up 1.21%, dancing around the lower trend line of our wedge triangle situation. A decent amount of confluence on this one. It's very, very sloppy though. My hope is to get back above 95.35 if we have upside. We're holding 90 very nicely. We did come down and retest, what is that, 87.5, and held that. But we're struggling, it seems, in between our lower trend line and our 90-cent support. Bet one that bet two said Cardano looking like 3 rising valley potential. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. If you're talking about that, 1, 2, 3. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing on ADA right now. I really am. Especially with that wedge breakout. I would love to see this thing just absolutely go on a tear. Shut some people up. We were on Ondo. Yeah, Ondo. I want to see Ondo push up and get above 95.35. Otherwise, a breakdown probably result in 84.84. Ergo is down 0.96%. It is dancing in between $1.10 and $1.15 again, which is our safety cushion. We have done a, what do we got? That's like an inverse head and shoulder. Didn't quite break the neckline. You got a wick, but you got a failure. And then it got below 115. It couldn't get back above. And now it's maybe going down to 110 to see if that holds as support. We'll see what plays out. Volume could be way better. Volume looks really bad on this, actually, specifically on KuCoin, so keep that in mind. Your RSI did get a bearish cross over the moving average and is currently sitting below it, potentially going up for a retest. And you did get a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher at the Pico top right here, so that could spell some downside for Aerodrome in the short term, at least. We'll see what plays out. Pinlink is up 1.14% on the day, currently dancing at 57.63. Having trouble getting back above 60, but we've talked about this before. Anything, in my opinion, below 60 seems like an instant grab because it almost always recovers very nicely. Now, is this inverse head and shoulders going to fulfill? I don't know. If it does, I guess I would look for a target of around 72. 72 would be my target. A little frugal. Volume looks really good. Volume's very sustained. And 50, I guess, would be my low point. Hopefully we could hold if we did truly reject here, which looks like we might have. This does look like an attempted break and rejection right there, which is kind of solidified by the RSI and your moving average. So we'll see if we get some downside out of Pinlink, but for now, looks good. 57.64. It's kind of in a cushion zone in between 50 and 60. Renders up 2.52% on the day, currently sitting right below 350. It's at 349.98. A break above 350 would be awesome. This guy, very similar recent chart data, almost matching Cardano, which is interesting. Struggling to get above 350 for some reason. We got failure 1, 2, 3, and this is our fourth attempt right now. If it fails right now, I'm afraid we could probably at least see a test of 325, which is our lower trend line, if that wedge is even relevant. Not a ton of confluence to the downside though. The upper trend line either. You know, we got 1, 2 points of confluence, lower trend line, 1, 2 points of confluence. So that's something to take into consideration. It is obviously some kind of a consolidating pattern, but it doesn't necessarily have to be any kind of falling wedge or bull flag or anything like that. If it was a bull flag, the frugal target would be around 450, and the spicy target would be around 570. So there's a little bit of hopium copium. I really want to get it up 350 though here. Your RSI does look good though. You got a bullish cross over the moving average and a attempted retest. You got cross, support, continuation. So looks good for some potential upside there. Stellar is now up 1.85% on the day. Potential bullish engulfing inbound. It is also kind of almost looks like it wanted to be a rising wedge, but it didn't quite make it. You see it? Is it just a rising channel? Maybe that would be potential bearish continuation to the downside. Regardless, short-term time frame does look mildly bullish. We got a green dot on our momentum wave on market cipher pointing to the upside. A potential bullish engulfing candle closing on a 4-hour time frame soon, and your moving average or your RSI crossed bullish over the moving average, tested as support once and twice and confirmed it as support both times. So hopefully we get some decent upside out of Stellar. I would like to see it at least touch 38.5. Doesn't have to break it, but a retest would make me happy. Polkadot is up 4.76. I actually received an alert for Polkadot today because it was so pumpy. We tested $4. I think we literally said that that was going to happen yesterday because it was holding this lower trend line really nicely. It got back above 378. I said I hope it just goes up and touches $4. Did exactly that. We got a little wick fake out above $4 even. Probably, unfortunately, trapped some excited long players. But we're sitting at 4.006 right now. If we closed above 4, I would be really happy. That would be exciting. It doesn't have to close above 4.019. I'm totally okay with it just closing above 4. Volume looks really good with this candle. You got your bullish cross over your moving average on your RSI. Retested, confirmed support once, technically twice, and then just blasted off. It's currently overbought on the 4-hour time frame. So we'll see if it comes back down for a midpoint retest, which would be around 390, which actually is kind of solidified from this resistance. So probably even goes back here. But let's see. I'm going to draw a temporary guy at 390, and that is my pullback target. Let's see. Yeah. All right, I like it. So let's see if that happens. This is a little spiced up. Barcoin up 4.86% on the day, almost matching very nicely with our fractal, which I know I adjusted again yesterday. Struggling to get back above 8. We bounced once, broke below, rejection once, twice, and now we're going up for a third time. If we get this third rejection, we could potentially pull back to 61. and then use that as our springboard for forever upside. Not financial advice. There's just a random fractal here that I like the look of, personally. I think that this is it maxed out, but obviously we'll see if we have to readjust the lines again to fit our narrative. You guys know how it is. We got a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher, not on Market Cipher, I'm sorry. Confirmed green dot on our momentum wave, pointing to the upside, unconfirmed on Market Cipher in general, and on our moving average, or RSI, we got a bullish cross over the moving average, and a continuation of the upside, so that looks good as well. I like this candle's up 3.52 by itself, 4.83 overall since the daily close yesterday. So the Farcoin looks good. CAS is up 3.18%. We called this, honestly, this little rip before the dip. So let's see if we get that. If we do get that, it could spell a little bit of negativity out of this guy. But I don't necessarily hate that either, which maybe is a little bit evil. We've seen it way too many times. We saw it here. We saw it probably right. I don't know, does that count? That kind of counts. This one had a little bounce and then ripped to the downside. So technically speaking, that right there is the same exact thing. I'm just saying. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes, so we'll see what plays out. Obviously, at CAS specifically, I would love to see it break above 82.76 and continue to the upside, but if it fails, I am looking for a break below 76.20 or 76.29, yeah. Avalanche is up 1.8% on the day, struggling to get above 25. It's at 24.81 right now, riding the lower trend line of its triangle, looking good. A lot of confluence on that lower trend line, so we'll see if she gets a break above 25, and then eventually our purple trend line, which currently sits at around 25.6, 25.7. Not a ton of confluence on the top. We got 1, 2, 3 points of confluence, so it's not the end of the world. It'll probably act as resistance. You know, it's a psychological level. Our RSI got a bullish cross over the moving average, and it kind of danced around before further upside. But it looks good. And your momentum wave was kind of lingering in the middle. You did get a green dot, which pushed it up more, but nothing crazy. Like I said, a break above 25 would be huge. Chainlink is up 1.49% on the day. Lower time frame probably has an inverse head and shoulder here. As of right now, we are very much weekend liquidity lingering right in between 22 and 22.5, which is a ridiculously small range. I like that we're holding 21.67 though. Again, I think I've said it every single day. We had this delicious uptrend, which we said was bearish pattern, and it broke below. Didn't even technically retest, but I'm going to call it a retest, and continued to the downside. We're currently holding 21.67 very nicely. We haven't even really technically tested 21.67 to call it a hold. We've just kind of been, we got a safety net well above 21.67. So if we do break below it though, I have faith in $20 as a psychological support to at least hold it temporarily to give people some time to regroup, rethink before they panic sell. Because that's probably what's going to end up happening. What else? Your RSI got a bullish cross over the moving average before retesting and confirming bullish, which is great. And you got some bullish div, unconfirmed green dot on Market Cipher, and your momentum wave pointed to the upside, looking good. I like it. Chainlink looks awesome. Doge up 5.86%. Ooh. Doge had this sloppy wedge that I drew yesterday, and it blasted right out of the top. Now, it's done this before, once, twice. This is time number 3. I do believe that it's still better than it was before, but yeah, technically there would still be overhead resistance from those wicks if you wanted to try to play that game. I still don't hate it right now. I really like it, actually. It's at 22.84. I'd love to see this thing get past 24.13. But maybe we could see a pullback. A little midpoint rejection, pullback, and then a break to the upside. Doge looks really good. Your RSI is almost overbought on the 4-hour time frame, so exercise caution. And your momentum wave did get a green dot, point to the upside. Near is up 2.79% on the day. Lower trend line bounce, looking good. Break 251 next, hopefully. And Pengu's up 7.55%. Held 28 this whole time. Broke through 29. Currently sitting at 30 right now. Break up to 31 is next. Volume could be a little bit better. Your RSI looks great. Green dot on your momentum wave pointing to the upside. Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest. So get your guesses ready. You got 30 seconds left until I can give you the green light. Let's transition to our game page. All right. Oh, yeah. How was everyone's weekend, man? I filmed some cool stuff out in the woods. I'm quite proud of it. It was a lot of fun. I had a really eventful weekend, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Current rankings as they stand. We got Tyler with 34 wins, Vahid with 21 wins, Tom Sellerscope with 16 wins, Hoffs with 15, JShear 2.0 with 13, Janix and Mr. Roberts with 11, Giovanni Fontes with 10. Oh, Tyler wants to zoom in. Hold on, I have to grace the prince with a zoomed in chart. Where was I? Janix and Mr. Roberts with 11, Giovanni Fontes with 10, Waterfly with 9, and Dremmer and Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn with 5. I did just update the overall rankings for everyone that has ever participated since 2025 has begun, which was pretty cool. It took me a minute, but it looks good, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of people on the board. Technically, if you start from 1 win, there's so many people in the game. It's ridiculous. So I appreciate you guys smashing the like button, spreading the good word. Cool stuff. Very, very cool. Bitcoin getting a little bit dumpy here, guys. A little bit dumpy. Error Maker coming in with a guess. Let's get this up on the board. Error Maker coming in with 111240. Right. Yeah, look how dumpy it's getting. That's weird. Very dumpy Bitcoin. This is the weekly close, first weekly close in September. Whew, look at that. Look at her go, man. What is going on? Anybody else for the daily close contest? It's completely free to participate. And you got a chance to win up to $100 every single day. It's a ton of fun. Make sure you spread the word. Tell your friends and family. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We got 4 more months. Is that right? Tyler coming in with a bunch of ones. Let me count that correctly. We got, I'm just going to copy paste actually. So this is copy paste Mr. Tyler. 111. 111.11. I got it. Okay. Dremmer coming in with 110869. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Do you guys want to see the current rankings for overall? Because it was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. All right. Anybody else for the daily close contest? We currently have 3 entrants. 8 people watching. Appreciate you guys for being here. These are our current rankings for the entire daily close contest as it stands. Bam. Ton of people with 1. Clint, Anderson, Philly, Arrowmaker, Drew, and T-Stew with 2. Greg, Ryan, and Drummer with 3. Money, Shane Mac, Degenair with 4. And then the rest of them you guys know are up on the board. Oh, I clearly got a fixed Drummer. He's under 3 and he's supposed to be only under 5. Okay. Bitcoin 111, 151, and 1 penny. Cool. 111, 152, 75. Interesting. Whoops. Whoopsie. So we got a green dot now that happened in this candle. dyor coming in with 111, 145. Oh boy. All right. Bitcoin currently trading at 111, 123, and 80 cents. What is going on here? Am I tripping out? Did that show up on stream like that? Oh my gosh, I think my computer's wigging out. Don't do it to me. What on earth is happening? There we go. Jeez. No, I can't get it to... There we go. Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Internet connection's great. I got 0 drop frames. There was definitely something going on. They were doing something like that entire month of August. Never had an issue like that before. What do we got for time? Oh, time's up. Okay. Must have happened while while the clock was wigging out. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. We got 4 entrants on the board. Let's get them up. Oops. We got 111240 from Arrow Maker. We got dyor with 111145. We got 111.11 from Tyler. And last but not least, we got Drummer with 110869. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin currently 111, 139.99, right below dyor's entry. Tyler's gap is currently filled by the Bitcoin price. Congratulations, Tyler, on your premature victory. Bitcoin currently trading 111, 140 even. Just, what was that? $5 below dyor's guess? Interesting. Now it's $5.01. Oh, now it's $5. I don't like how close this is, but I'll take it. That would be tremendous if we had our first $100 winner today. It would be pretty sick, actually. Tyler said dyor filled my gap. It was a non-consensual gap filling. We got 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining on the clock. 111, 139.99. Are we going to flatline here? We were incredibly oversold for a hot second, and we did get a green dot on our momentum wave on Market Cipher. So let's see if that pushes the price higher or if we're just going to be stuck dancing around. Oh, dyor is now in the lead. Bitcoin 111, 154 and 1 penny. 111, 173 and 34 cents. Here comes the bullish pump. Ladies and gentlemen, the bulls are back in town. 111, 173, 35. Volume's picking up, and so is the price. Green candles galore. The 1 second time frame must look extra spicy. We got 111, 160 and 57 cents. Price is still pushing. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle before the candle that determines the fate of our winner. 111, 172. 111, 170, 199. 1 minute and 34 seconds remaining on the clock. dyor still in the lead. Error Maker not far behind. Tyler a little bit more behind. We did get a bullish cross over the moving average on the RSI after our green dot from Market Cipher. Momentum wave pushed her to the upside. 1 minute, 16 seconds left on the clock. 111, 172 even on the Bitcoin price. Let's see where she takes us on the close right here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 60 seconds remaining on the clock for the daily close. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. dyor is still currently in the lead with a red candle blooming. Tyler said, here comes the dump. Trust. Raul KP said, hey JJ, the alt market seems to be starting to pump. Can we trust it and start building longs? That is entirely up to you, my friend, your risk tolerance. I personally, I'm a shorter term time frame trader. But I feel like we're about to get spiced up. Especially with rate cuts potentially coming. But the first half of the month isn't over yet. 17 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin 111, 153 and 28 cents. 12, 11. Tyler's now in the lead. DGenair falling just behind by a couple dollars. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler is the winner once again. The Bitcoin daily close price 111, 137 and 34 cents. 111, 137, 34. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. Justin said my guest didn't make it. I did not see yours, my friend. Let me see. Yeah, I got no guess from you, Justin. Sorry about that. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. Yeah, Justin, did Tyler put his in weird? No, he put his in normal. So see how Dremmer puts his in with just 3 digits at a time? Sometimes that works. Sometimes people put letters in between their numbers, and that works. Congratulations, Tyler. Ladies and gentlemen. 111, 137, 34. 111, 137.34. The guess of 111, 111, 11. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Let me transition to our 4-hour time frame. Yeah, Justin, if you want to guarantee yours in, maybe not guarantee. The only way that you can guarantee it in is if you just submit through the Discord, because then it'll be timestamped. If you just go to join the Discord, submit it through the Discord, and then come in the chat and be like, it's in the Discord, then I'll make sure that it gets in, and it'll be timestamped, so you'll be good to go. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas. Let me press this man's button. Yay! Gosh, my thing's all broken. Pissing me off. Okay. Congratulations, Tyler. I really can't. Oh, it's gonna bug me, dude. It's gonna bug me. Okay, let me add Tyler once again to the winner's Google Doc. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 111, 111 and 11 cents, and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 111, 137 and 34 cents on September 7th, 2025. Mr. Tyler Yetzer's prize is a grilled corn on the cob with a little bit of butter on there. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. Feel free to divvy up individual kernels to your fellow participants, your friends and family, your peers, your coworkers, whoever you please. You can eat it off the cob directly. You can cut it. You can use a fork and knife like a weenie. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. All right. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but I never want to learn anything from him because he looks like he's 900 years old. And he's pissing me off by interrupting my trading view. Now, Moomoo, I like that. It makes me laugh. Maybe I might sign up for Moomoo. Although it's probably a scam. Bitcoin dominance, 58.47. Hopefully continues to drop. We do know, though, that the first, 45 minutes after the market close is usually a lingering, boring mess. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, I just realized that my face blocks the ads for you guys, which is hilarious. F you, Trading View. You're not getting free publicity from me. Captain Unknown said, are we going to get a double rate cuts? I hope so, man. I want to buy a damn house. I've been seeing mortgage rates are decreasing, which is good. And I think that they know that the housing market's a little too unsustainable at this point. There's too many houses and not enough buyers because nobody can afford to buy a damn house. And they don't want to go subprime because then we'll have 2008 all over again. So it's going to get spicy, man. It is already getting spicy, actually, as we speak. The spice is nice. Okay. Bet one, bet two said, it's juicy, it's corn. That video of that kid, that cracks me up, dude. That's such a classic video. Corn is delicious. Most of my cereal that I consume is made of corn. Okay. We finished going through our charts. I want to look at Pengu one last time because this big fat candle was quite exciting to me. See, the problem is we get these though, and then nothing happens. I want to see it get above 31. Otherwise, it's just a mess. Tyler said 11% chance of a 50 basis point cut. Yeah, but jobs numbers are coming out this weekend, or this week. Silver, down 0.32 on the day. 40.84, looking good. DXY, might pump a little bit tomorrow. Market strategy, hopefully pump a little bit tomorrow. I know Sailor's looking at buying more. NASDAQ looking a little pumpy. Geared up for tomorrow. I don't know what after hours looks like, but this is what it looked like on Friday. Rest in peace, Asfractal 2.0. Press F's in the chat to pay respects, please. Drummer said, I watch corn. Nice. Tyler said, congratulations, Drummer. I know the S&P 500 just hit a new record high again just the other day, so pretty sick, pretty exciting stuff. Okay, congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some news articles to get to. This post from Crypto Flow landed on my what's it called? My feed. And I found it interesting. Bitcoin dominance 3-day Gaussian flips red. For the first time since January 2023, the Gaussian channel on the 3-day chart has flipped from green to red. Last time this happened, at this stage of the cycle, 2021, it triggered the biggest alt season since 2017. Now with Bitcoin dominance rolling over and the Gaussian flashing red again, the setup is eerily familiar. History says altcoins will ignite in the coming months. I am freaking ready. And you know what makes it even better? I have nothing to do with the money that's in the cryptocurrency market right now. There's nothing else that I could spend that money on, so I'm in no rush. I'm in no hurry. If we get a little bit of a retrace and I gotta watch my money deplete for a month or two, I'm totally okay with that happening. I'm here for the long run. I'm here for the gains. I'm here to eventually become a homeowner. Hopefully. So, see what happens. So far, so good. Merlin the Trader posted Ethereum. The triple bottom is loaded. 3 bounces. Same floor. Sellers exhausted. Only 1 level left to break. 45.40. Clear that line and ETH goes vertical. This is how explosive moves are born. Hell yeah. Tech Dev hasn't even started. He's been talking about this chart for forever. This is like business, something to do with business chart or something like that. But the green is basically downtrend, sideways accumulation. The burgundy is where we want to be. That is when number go up. And we're eventually going to cross into burgundy. Because it goes green, burgundy, purple. Green, burgundy, purple. Every single time. Purple is a bad one. That's red. That's number go down. We want to be in burgundy. We have not crossed burgundy yet. Every blood moon, apparently, since May 2021 has been bearish. Another one is happening today. And I think it'll be bearish for Bitcoin and alts. It seems like a dump below 100K is highly likely, according to this guy, Ted Pillows. So we'll see if we get some downside based on the blood moon. Stock Money Lizards posted altcoins. This speculative bubble will become enormous. Current values are still historically low. Chart others Bitcoin. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not sure where that trend line comes from, but sure, I'll take it. Then we got new model shows. This one's really crazy. New model shows Bitcoin could hit $10 million in under 6 years and $20 million within a decade. Imagine having 100K and buying one Bitcoin and that turning into $10 million just within 6 years. That's insanity, dude. And what I guess what I want to know is, when does that 1 million happen? Because I'll take $1 million, man. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, if we go into a bear market, definitely loading up on some Bitcoin, that's for sure. Even if I can't buy a whole one, I don't care. Max Crypto posted, timeline is Q4 2025. Altcoin market cap has broken out of its 4-year accumulation range. Alts are pumping 50% to 100% in a day. Your portfolio is hitting new highs. People who laughed at you are now asking for financial advice. Just hold through Q3 and all this will happen. I believe the end of September is the end of Q3. Q4 is October, November, December. So, not financial advice. According to the seasonals chart on every single chart, October, November, December is when everything goes absolutely insane. And even January of the following year. So, it's those winter months that'll get you, man. Those are the ones where you retire, potentially. We got Fidelity launching tokenized US Treasuries fund on Ethereum. Very cool. Altcoins have entered the uptrend for the first time in 3 years. And you're still listening to perma bears calling for a bear market. Some people are born just to buy the top. Unfortunately, that's true. Bitcoin dominance after MACD bearish cross usually retests before a huge dump. This is the period that triggers a full-blown alt season. Let's freaking go. The US now has more unemployed people than job openings. That doesn't bode well for the president. Or inflation. Global Markets Investor posted hedge funds are shorting the S&P 500 futures at nearly a record pace. Hedge funds short exposure to the S&P 500 futures hit 180 billion, an all-time high, as a share of open interest shorts hit 27%, the highest in 2.5 years, only below March 2023 and September 2022. Crazy. We got this one was just a funny meme from Bold. We've topped. I called it last year. It's like the COVID dip, bro. I shorted the top with size. We've been in a bull for years. Shorted everything last night, by the way. It's obvious. Look at the 2021 fractal. I entries much lower. I sold before that dip. I'm 95% stable. Only a few months left, brothers. I sold. Good luck. This is so ridiculously true. It actually hurt when I read it because I was laughing so hard. U.S. bankruptcies are at recession levels. U.S. large bankruptcies hit 446 year to date, the most since 2010, a year after the financial crisis. This is higher than the full years 2021 and 2022. In July, there were 71 filings, the most since the 2020 crisis. How many crises can we have within a 3-4 year time frame? Just saying. Altcoin Garden posted, there's so much upside. Top callers are the weakest kind of crypto bro in the space. Do not believe their fear mongering. I will tell you when the top is in. Right now, we are not even close. I actually believe him, as much of a shill as he might be. We got a dip before the rip. Dip before the rip. We're currently mid dip before the rip. Not financial advice. Then we got, this is concerning. The U.S. economy has lost 142,200 jobs over the last 4 months. When excluding healthcare, the most since 2020. U.S. non-farm payrolls excluding healthcare fell by 53,000 in May, 71,800 in June, and 24,800 in August. Over the last 25 years, such a rapid decline after a few years of growth has always coincided with the beginning of a recession. Put differently, the healthcare sector accounted for 125% of private service job growth over the last 3 months, implying that the rest of the private sector has contracted. The U.S. job market is much weaker than it appears. And that's probably why Powell should have cut rates. Just saying. 10 billion. Is that billion? Yeah, 10 billion in Bitcoin short positions will be liquidated if we hit 117K. The altcoin bull market is around the corner. Michael Vandepop said, I'm all in. It's difficult to understand why the markets haven't been moving upwards. Well, is it? There hasn't been retail interest solely dedicated towards ETH and Bitcoin. Times are changing. That's why I'm all in on altcoins. The reason for that is that everyone tries to time the peak of the bull market, and I think that 90% will be wrong. The prime reason for that is that people are still expecting the 4-year cycle to be alive, while realistically and statistically, we can argue that there isn't a case for the 4-year cycle taking place anymore. I've asked myself the question whether I should be selling my altcoin portfolio, or watch the update here, blah, blah, blah. He's showing a YouTube video. Basically, everyone and their brother is calling for the top. And whenever everybody's saying the same thing, they're never right. Michael Vandepop currently believes that we are here. And I tend to agree with him. So we'll see what happens. I like it. I like his reasoning. I'm not going to read that whole damn thing. If you guys want to go read it, you guys can go find it. Unusual Whales posted the CEO of McDonald's. This one's interesting. The CEO of McDonald's says that we're now living in a 2-tier economy. If you're upper income earner over 100K, things are good. Stock markets are near all-time highs. What we see in the middle and lower income consumers is actually a different story. And I feel like that rings really true. I don't know if that's relevant to today or just all time and they're just not realizing it, but it kind of made me think. This one was crazy as well. Crypto degens are in the 1%. AI expert warns 99% of workers will lose jobs by 2030, which is insane. We got 5 more years left, guys. And then we're going to get universal basic income. We won't have to work another day in our lives. I think it's going to be I think they're going to make it a law to where you have to employ a human for every robot. The gray area is going to be when they employ humans to supervise robots for like pennies on the dollar. And all you got to do is sit at home with a VR headset on and look through the robot's eyes and make sure that it's doing its job right. You don't actually do anything. And then if it messes up, you press a button and a new robot comes in and your point of view switches to the new robot. It's going to be goofy, man. It's going to be a goofy transition for a little while, I feel. Global markets investor posted the U.S. economy is likely in a recession. Remember during the last bull market when everyone was saying this right beforehand? And Elon Musk came out and said, I think we've been in a recession for over a year. I bet you that's exactly what's happening right now. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, we're going to trigger a recession. We've been in a recession. We've been in a recession for an extended period of time now. We're going to come out of the recession. Nobody's going to be expecting it. And all of our bags are going to explode. Not financial advice. It's just my opinion. Tyler said last couple months going to be blast off. Yeah, and the first couple months of 2026 might be as well. Mustache posted altcoins. Biggest bull run for altcoins has yet to come. Everything is going according to plan. The charts show the way. I wouldn't give up before it gets wild. Take a look for yourself. Everything's pointed the same, man. We got a little double top, an explosion, double top explosion, double top explosion, double bottom explosion, double bottom explosion, double bottom. Actually, that's triple bottom. Explosion comes next. Treasury Secretary Besson says most jobs created under the Biden administration went to illegal aliens. I think that's the difference, though, is that they created jobs regardless. We're losing jobs now under the Trump administration, so something's got to happen. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin, needs more orange. Hell yeah. Absolute Giga Chad. What a legend. Bitcoin is the exit strategy. USDT issuer Tether says they did not sell Bitcoin for gold. We buy and hold both. TechDev posted another 2 paths forward navigating the business cycle inflection. Oh my gosh. I always click on that and then I fall for it. Now I'm upset. Basically, when this thing turns green, then the price increases significantly every single time without fail. We are still in red, but it's very, very close to crossing. So, car market bubble is bursting. Subprime auto loan delinquency rates have now surpassed 5% for the first time in history. The 60-day delinquency rate for subprime auto loans has more than doubled over the last 3 years. Delinquency rates are now 1.5% points above the 2008 financial crisis peak. At the same time, prime auto loan delinquencies rose to their highest in 15 years. Meanwhile, the total value of auto loans in the U.S. jumped 13 billion to a record 1.66 trillion in Q2 2025. An auto debt crisis is brewing. Guess how much I owe on my cars? 0. Because they're trashy ghetto used cars. And I think that financing a vehicle is silly because then you have to pay for full coverage and you're just screwed out like quadruple the amount of money that you would be paying if you just bought a car outright. I read a really good thing that kind of blew my mind the other day, and I feel like repeating it. It was this guy was explaining to his kid why his kid shouldn't finance a vehicle. And the idea, he said, you spend 5 years paying for this car. It's an $80,000 car. You're out $80,000 by the end of it. And you have an old car now. It's a 5-year-old car. It's starting to have problems, whatever. You're done, like it's paid off, but it's old. Or you take $5,000 right now and you buy a used car, even 10, let's say $10,000 you buy a used car. You have an old car, but it's yours. You have no payments. Your insurance is cheap. Now you have $70,000 over the next 5 years that you can invest versus throwing it away into a payment for an asset that's only depreciating in value. I'm just saying, if leasing is cheap, then lease. Don't finance a vehicle. I think it's stupid. I think leasing is stupid too, but somebody else explained it to me from the point of view of somebody that has a decent amount of money. Makes a little more sense to me than buying if you have a decent amount of money. But I will never finance a brand new vehicle ever again. Cardano talks crypto, pointing out a Bitcoin daily inverse head and shoulders in white. We'll see what plays out. It all depends on the confirmation or rejection at the neckline. If it confirms above the neckline, it would be quite bullish with a $119,000 target. This would act as a reversal pattern in a bottom confirmation. If it rejects and closes below the right shoulder, we could be in for a lower low. This week we saw over 1 billion in longs liquidated, which is crazy. Merlin the Trader posted Bitcoin in 2017 versus 2025. Same fake out, same breakout. The only difference, one is 27 times bigger. This is the Supercycle movement everyone in crypto dreams about. Yeah. Yeah. This is the 1 month. So imagine if September just ends up being this monstrous 120, 130K close. That's going to be quite a W from Merlin, for sure. Rec Fencer, Wintermute just sent over $40 million and sold to Binance. Massive long flush is coming soon. We shall see. Yeah, might happen. And then last but not least, so this is the important, I'm going to be sharing this every single day until all of the events have played out, which it looks like it's going to be on Friday. We got 12-month BLS data revision on Tuesday, August PPI inflation data on Wednesday, OPEC monthly report on Thursday, August CPI inflation data on Thursday, MI consumer sentiment data on Friday, MI inflation expectations data on Friday. The last inflation data before the September Fed meeting, which hopefully is going to result in a interest rate cut. Only time will tell. Bitcoin is chilling at 111.14 and 2 cents. Congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. Let's go through some portfolio updates. Ladies and gents, the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is only down $91, doing pretty good. Nice recovery. Sol and ADA are still the only two assets that are in profit. Sol is up $22, ADA is up $7. The rest are negative. We got Render, Doge, Ondo, Proppy, Fetch, Near, Shib, and Aptos. All need some improvements. Not too bad, but it's getting there. Aptos is the worst one, and it's only down $30, so it's not as bad as it could be. Assets holding up quite well, or the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is holding up quite well. Memecoin portfolio is officially outpacing, it looks like, the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio, only down $85. So WIF and Pepe are the only two assets in the green right now. WIF is up $48, Pepe is up $6. Doge, SNEK, and Giga are all down. Giga is starting to improve though. Not financial advice. This thing, since we bought in, Giga Chad is down $107, which is over 50%. So I'm not saying buy some, but usually when they are down tremendously, that is the best entry. Not financial advice. If this thing gets back up to 200, and that is a 100% gain potential on GigaChad. I'm just saying. Then we got our narrative portfolio, my favorite, and was once the best performer, now being overshadowed, I believe, by the perfect entry portfolio. This portfolio is currently in profit $61.89, and it is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin, and it is absolutely killing it. VeChain is the only asset that is negative here. It is currently down $14. Fetch is up $6, Tau is up 12, Mana's up 16, and Pepe is up 40. This portfolio looks really good. And then last but not least, the best performer so far, it is up $145. There's 9 assets here. Each and every single asset has been voted on entirely by you, the community. You guys pick 4, and you vote for 1 out of those 4, and we've ended up with this portfolio so far, which is absolutely killing it. There are 2 assets in the negative. Render's down $15. The graph is down 3. We got Ondo's up 1, Pith is up 6, Swee's up 9, ETH is up 10, Sol is up 14, Chainlink is up 48, and Crow is up 69. Now, when I say that, it's a dollar amount, but because they're $100 increments that we purchase them at, it is also the percentage amount. Crow is up 69%. Nice, by the way, since we created this portfolio and added Crow to it. That's pretty damn impressive. Chainlink is up 48. We just built this. I think the beginning of this maybe was a month ago. I'd have to check, but it was relatively quick, like relatively recent that we built this portfolio. And the whole entire point is to illustrate to you that if you do try to time it and you buy the really bad times when everyone's really in a bad, they're like, oh my gosh, we're going to zero, the whole entire market's over, it's over, you know, the the bear market's coming. Those are the best times to buy, because then when everything goes up, then you're eventually going to be in profit for forever. If we bought like way the heck down here this whole time, then we're still up. Price is way the heck up here. You know, that's literally 8, 9, 10%. And the portfolio is up quite a bit. Let's see, $900, it's up 144 out of 900. So, I don't know, do the math. It's a little bit less than 14%. But, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. Enjoy your grilled corn on the cob. Looks delicious. Bitcoin doing a whole lot of nothing. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map, see where we're at. Yeah. Oops. Yep. Yep. Okay. So yeah, not a whole lot going on, man. Market's gonna be quiet, especially going into Monday, I think. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it's not, though. Anyways, guys, I'm probably gonna call it. It's pretty quiet in here, so appreciate you guys for sticking around, smashing the like button. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on, which hopefully ends up being the case because we want some volatility. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Sunday. Smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new, and good night.